Alright, how's it going, lads? Today I'm going to be talking about the Fire Emblem leaks for the new Fire Emblem game, and not Three Hopes, even though Three Hopes is probably the gameplay trailers I use for this video. It's not going to be Three Hopes. What I'm talking about is like this brand new Fire Emblem game that's supposed to be finished, and a few images were leaked there recently. I'm late to the train. I was just a bit busy, so I was like, alright, I kind of have to put this to the side. But I wanted to talk about it for a little bit, just talk about what I'm hoping for. Because we got a few images of the main characters, a few of what look to be mentor characters, like older characters. Kind of look like Drayden from Pokemon. And then they say that we get to summon older heroes. So it's going to be very interesting. Because I have a lot of ideas. And the main character looks like the Nephrobino from Shin Megami Tensei 5, which I really need to finish. I have got nowhere near the end of that game, but I'm looking forward to playing it when I get the chance. So let's get right into it now, because I've stalled for long enough. Okay. The main character looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. The hair looks a bit too long, in my opinion. Like, it's at their feet. It's gonna look real dodgy if they don't get the animation of the hair right. But I'm hopeful, you know what I mean? It would be nice to have a slight bit of character customization, but I'd also rather not assign a protagonist, obviously. But considering they're going to be summoning all the different protagonists, I'm assuming we're going to have a silent protagonist. Well, they didn't say that. They said you could summon old characters from the Fire Emblem series. So I'm assuming they're going to let you summon most of the pre-existing characters, protagonist-wise. I think it might be just limited to protagonists, to be honest with you. If I'm thinking, like, in terms of asset reuse, it might just be limited to the protagonist, in which case I feel like they're all going to have a voice, and then our current main protagonist that we're going to be playing as, I'm just going to call them BR, because blue and red. So, our main protagonist, BR, right, is probably going to be silent again, which I'm not looking forward to, because we saw with the Three Hopes demo that Shez was an immediately more interesting character than Byleth right off the gate, because he interacted, and you could hear the voice when he interacted with the characters like Dimitri, Edelgard, Claude, Hilda, and all these supports. Because Byleth was just a silent protagonist where you could choose what to say, and we don't necessarily need a self-insert in any of these games, because you gotta understand, a lot of the time we get to control these characters, yes, but it's more fun when we are able to understand these characters and enjoy these characters. You know what I mean? I enjoyed incredibly playing like Shadows of Valencia on the 3DS because Elm was his own character. Now I have problems with how they were handled, but Elm and Celica are definitely the best characters in that game and drive the story forward. Where Violet's, I guess, drive towards the story feels a bit forced. In a sense, you know, there's nothing he says or she does, you know, whichever one you picked. I'm going to go with he because that's what I picked for Byleth, although I tend to be picking female Byleth a lot more on my replays just because it's a cooler design, but still. Byleth was a bit, you know, iffy in that regard, so I'm hoping that this new game has a talking protagonist, at least to a degree. We'll see how it plays out with Shez, because Shez is in the same world as Three Houses, so we'll see how Shez goes in Three Hopes. I played the demo there, and it was really fun, really enjoyed it. You should definitely pick it up when it comes out in June. But it's another interesting thought, because the leaker went back and said it wouldn't be a big mechanic to the game. So is it going to be like an amiibo style thing, where you can like go to an arena? Kind of like, you know, the way in Three Houses and in Fates, you can go to an arena and have your units fight. Can you have your units train against older, like, hologram versions of older units, maybe? It would be an interesting way to use it without having it impact the main story, but I guarantee they're going to have it involve the main story at some point. And it is interesting, though. The leaks are interesting because they say the game is complete. And if it's complete, it looks a bit dodgy, but he did say it was an old unit. And he said that Gust, I think it was also working on the project with Koei Tecmo and Intelligent Systems. So I guess that's why they can take the extra time to have older characters reappear. But I'm interested to see how they handle it. It's obviously going to be some dragon magic portal, like maybe Naga summons all the old heroes to like help save the world or something. Kind of like the original Warriors game, which I didn't finish, but I saw the opening cutscene, and that's like similar vibe where they summon all the older heroes and save the world. I do think it might be more of an Elden Ring style thing where it's like you summon a ghost of an older hero, kind of like an Awakening or something in the DLC. But I also feel like they're going to put a lot of work into this game because Three Houses was a fantastic game. One of my favorites on the Switch. So if they keep that like style of gameplay, because they had to remodel everything for the Switch. It's kind of like with Awakening to the 3DS, right? Fates and Echoes of Valencia were much better in terms of visuals and overall performance than Awakening was because they had more time to handle the hardware. So I'm hoping for the same for this brand new Fire Emblem game that was leaked. And I think we're going to see some interesting new story mechanics and cutscenes. And we even saw the cutscenes themselves have, the CGI ones anyway, have definitely improved. Because in Three Hopes, they have moving backgrounds for the support conversations and more animated character models, which I'm really excited for myself. Now, if we look at one of these, images here, actually, if I go to one in particular, yeah, we see the Drayden-looking character has some cool-ass armor. They also said it wasn't set in modern times. I don't know why that was a question, because Fire Emblem was never set in modern times. Now, I personally can't read Japanese, but I do like the look of these characters, and it looks to me like you can switch roles again, like you can switch classes constantly, and that's fun as well, because that was a mechanic introduced in Three Houses that I really like, where anyone can be any character. Hopefully they remove the gender-specific character traits, because like I needed more Grimoires on my squad and I couldn't get them. This game looks very interesting. I'm very excited. I don't know if it's going to release this year. I think this year is too stacked, because if it had to release, it would release in December, and that would be cannibalized by Pokemon sales, because Pokemon kind of, comes out. It comes out and it takes over the next 3 months of sales, really. It's a bit of a suicide tactic to release your game between November, December, January, because Pokemon's coming in with their fresh new teeth to grasp onto the industry for a while, especially if they perform this well. You know what I mean? So we're looking forward to it. I think it's going to be early next year, though. They say there's going to be a direct on the 29th, which I'm looking forward to as well. I don't really know what's going to happen there. I don't even know if I'll be able to react to it, to be honest with you. But if I do, I'll be streaming it on this channel. But I am interested, though, because it says, I wonder how they're going to handle this. Is it going to be connected to the other games? Is it going to it's going to be like years in the future? Like, it's still years in the future, but it's more modern than previous games. But it's not that modern. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's modern enough where we get our first version of guns in fucking Fire Emblem, so it's like early guns. You know what I mean? Instead of arrows or something. Maybe it's that modern type of style. It still looks very old-fashioned-y, but they can have their fantasy elements to it. The reason I say this is because they gradually make it more modern over the years. Like we got missiles in the newest Fire Emblem game. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think guns are out of the question. Especially because if you're trying to summon all the old heroes, you'd want it to be so far into the future that even if you connected this world to any other world at all, you could still justify summoning them. Because I know many Fire Emblem games take place in separate worlds, so you wouldn't think that was a problem. But I'm just trying to speculate here, you know what I mean? It could just be we're summoning from different dimensions and do like dimensional travel and all that, which could also be really cool because we could get... Like, it might not be the actual characters from those games, it might be altered versions. So, for example, we might get like an evil Byleth, or like an Alm that stayed by his father and was raised by his father, or a Celica that died and how that affected the kingdom, or what's it called? What's the Awakening world called? An Awakening world where... Fuck, what was the dragon called? The End Dragon. So let's just say he won, right? We go into Lucina's time. Do you know, like, there are different versions, like alternate versions of the characters that we summon. That could lead to some interesting mechanics as well. And I hope they keep the quality of life mechanics from the original game, or from Three Houses, though, because there was a lot of good stuff in there. I am also hoping for fully voice acted cutscenes, please. You know me. I was really disappointed when I found out that Three Hopes was not fully voice acted. So I'm praying to God that this full game will be fully voice acted, because I was able to just lie back and enjoy Three Houses because I didn't have to worry about it having to read it because it was just fully voice acted. I know that's very like I don't know, elitist would you call it, or snobbish, but it's just something I enjoy, to be able to relax without having to bother reading it personally, and just be able to listen to the crisp voice acting of the beautiful actors. But you know, that's probably my biggest hope for this game, because I trust them, because I've played all the games from the 3DS era, and the only kind of dud was Fates, and even at that, it was one of the best gameplay experiences on the 3DS. So I think whether they fuck up the story, I don't think they'll ever mess up the gameplay. So I'm very excited to see where it goes. And if Three Houses shows anything, they've gotten fantastic at writing characters even more over the years. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And I can't wait to see what they do with it. And I think the leaks have made me even more excited. And the fact that they said they finished the game. Oh, I can't wait. We might get an amazing trailer at this event. And I am stoked. I am so fucking stoked. You have no idea. I became a Fire Emblem fan when Three Houses released. The trailers really hyped me up for it. I originally was like, Edelgard and Claude's design is really high. I was like, let's go. I wasn't a big Dimitri fan, but then, boys, Dimitri's now my favorite. My boy Dimitri, I love him. I love him. I love him. My boy Dimitri. I was about to say Dreamitri. Oh, Jesus Christ. What am I becoming? A Dimitri stan? Boys, so I'm like really excited for a new Fire Emblem game, and it's the first time I get to be involved in the hype for it, because I am involved in the fan base now, so I'm really, really happy and really looking forward to it. I honestly hope the main character has a super wacky design, because BR might be really wacky because red and blue hair. I mean, I would just love it. I think Oda, like the One Piece author, has changed me into loving wacky character designs. So I would love that shit, bro. That'd be so funny. Lawrence's hairstyle, you can switch hairstyles. You can have your character have Lawrence's pre-time skip hairstyle. Oh, that'd be so cool. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm very excited to see where this game comes, what might happen with it, when we're gonna get it, and what the characters will be like. I will say, you know, I'm hoping for a collector's edition that can actually be in Ireland, because Three Hopes is getting a collector's edition with tea. They're getting tea for their collector's edition. They can buy tea, and I can't get it. It's so sad. I can't get my Three Hopes tea, and it's devastating. It makes me want to tear up. Oh, I can't take it. I can't take it. I need my Three Hopes tea, bro. So let's hope for the same thing let's hope for the same thing, but international for the next game. Nah, but all jokes aside, hope you guys are looking forward to this game as much as I am. And with that being said, I'll see you all later. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content from me, and goodbye!